Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am live. Notifications are going out. Okay, please make sure that you please get the likes up when you come in. Don't be shy to say anything in the chat so I actually know that y'all are here and that you are seeing this video. All right, because you know sometimes how these lives can go with the internet connection and, buffering and not necessarily hearing me that great. So if there are any issues with this stream, I'm sure you'll let me know if there's any audio issues or anything like that. Hey, Mr. Universe. Hey, Jamar. Hey. Okay, I got 2 people in here. Let's see, maybe there's more. You can see some of what we're going to talk about on the screen right now. As usual, there are always more topics than what you see in the title. There are more things we're going to talk about, some current events. Okay, I got 18 people. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Again, please get those likes up coming in and don't be shy to talk to each other and me in the chat. I do respond to things I see in the chat. Okay, so let's see, the first thing I want to talk about. Look, we're going to talk about Deelishis, from Flavor of Love. She had got married to that guy from the Exonerated 5 or something, and they got divorced. And this crazy lady who actually hired this man to take her life, but they arrested him. Okay, as they should though. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is this. I know a lot of you have seen this in the news. These 2 guys actually got arrested because they planned on going to Haiti, and they were going to take over the island, smurder the men, and enslave and grape up the women and the children. And there were 2 men. I think there are more, but they actually got a hold of these 2 and they've been arrested. And when I saw this story, I didn't even take it that serious because you're 2 men. You really think you're going to the island or whatever of Haiti, and you really think that you're going to be able to take over millions of people up over there? Okay, Haitians who fought the revolution to get out of slavery and everything, you really think just 2 of you were going to go up over there and take over Haitians? So, okay, let's see what they're saying about this.
Miller, we want to warn you that this next story contains details that are rather disturbing and may not be appropriate for young audiences. 2 Texas men have been charged in connection with allegedly plotting to invade a Haitian island, murdering the men there, using the women and children as sex slaves. Authorities say that the 2 were also planning to recruit people experiencing homelessness here in the district to help them with their plot.
Over the course of about a year, Tanner Thomas and Gavin Weisenberg plan to invade Gonave Island, a territory of the Republic of Haiti. Court documents filed Thursday show Thomas and Weisenberg allegedly planned to take the island by force, murder all the men on the island, which has a population of about 87,000 people, and carry out their rape fantasies by turning the remaining women and children into sex slaves. Investigators say the 2 planned to buy a sailboat to travel from the United States to Gonave Island. They also plan to purchase military-style rifles to use in their coup.
We want to warn you that
according to court documents, in January of this year, Thomas enlisted in the Air Force to gain military training to help carry out the attack. Officials say in February 2025, while in basic training, Thomas had himself reassigned from Ramstein Air Base in Germany to Joint Base Andrews here in Prince George's County. Court documents say he did this to be closer to D.C., so he could allegedly recruit people experiencing homelessness to be part of their plot. In August 2024, Weisenberg allegedly enrolled in the North Texas Fire Academy to get trained in command and control protocols. Court documents show Weisenberg failed out of the academy in February 2025. Afterwards, Weisenberg allegedly traveled to Thailand to enroll in sailing school, but didn't follow through with it because the training was too expensive. Investigators say the 2 suspects also studied Haitian Creole to help facilitate their armed coup plot.
This is crazy. This is crazy, but they weren't going to be able to do this anyway if they wanted to. 87,000 people. So it's not Haiti, but it's like an island that has Haitian. They speak Haitian Creole. They're like related and everything like that. But so he trained in the military, or tried to. Very serious about this, and wanted to recruit homeless men. I guess they were going to train how to use the weapons, and we're going to go to this island, okay? And we're going to enslave them and rape the women and children. This is disgusting. It's crazy because every day you just think it can't get any crazier. Every day we're seeing things topping the other ones, like someone's locked up in the house for 15 years. Someone is this. And then you hear this. And believe me, there are other people, other men who feel like this, okay? Wanted to target that island because it's probably poor, vulnerable, the whole slave master fantasy thing. Let's go to this poor black nation and go over there and grape up the women, and let's do this, this thing over, the history type of thing, do this thing over. And they really thought that they were going to go over there and take out 87,000. Half are men. You really think you were going to take them out? Two of you and a few homeless people, men that you train, are going to go up there and do it. And the fact that look at their eyes, especially the one on the right, look at their eyes. Disgusting. Child rapists, racists, haters of women. Just absolutely disgusting. But when I saw this, I didn't even get too upset, because I said, please, you're not going over there and taking over a whole island. Okay, like, it's just two of you and maybe a splash of others. Like, I don't even take this serious. And they really thought they were really going to get away with it, which is insane to me. But I'm happy that they've been arrested, but I don't think they're the only one. Absolutely not. Do you know how many men in the world wish they could do what was done back in the day and get away with it? And some do in some countries where women are extremely oppressed and you can marry children and women have no rights and everything like that. If men could get away with it, a lot of them in today's society, freely, a lot of them would do it. Okay? So this is absolutely disgusting. But again, they've been caught, and that's good to hear. Now, the next story that I want to talk about, you've heard about this before. Brian McKnight. McKnight, his legacy is just destroyed. And a lot of women never thought we would see what we're seeing with him, because he never had that reputation. Brian McKnight had that good guy, clean, good guy, stay out of trouble, not a hood rat, you didn't see him as a deadbeat baby daddy, at least you didn't at that time, making good love music, black women in the video. He a good black man. He loved the black woman. He loved them black kids. Brian McKnight, real R&B. Oh, he one of our greats. I love Brian McKnight. I even love that song. He has a song with Mariah Carey that I love called, I'm trying to think of it. It's really beautiful. It's still beautiful. But Brian McKnight is not who we thought he was. And he's proof again that a dusty kind of deadbeat daddy doesn't have to be the typical man who's been in jail, hood rat type of thing, can't keep a job and all that other stuff. Brian McKnight has been successful. He has a legacy. He was considered a legend in R&B, a good one. But now we all see that's not true. So he was married to his wife for 13 years. They were married. And one of his sons passed away a few months ago from cancer. And Brian has children with her. I think he has 3 children. He says his children are not who people think they are. Basically, he implies that they're not good people, and maybe the wife did something. And he got remarried. He married like an Asian or a Wasian woman, and he became the stepfather to her children. And he shows off those children on social media, buying them things and everything like that, as you should be a good stepfather. I don't care that she's not black. He married her and he became a stepfather. He's not with his first wife. My thing is the disrespect towards his children with her. And many people say, oh, his black children get treated like crap. But you accept the other children from this woman, and those are not even your children, but you treat your blood children like absolute crap, and you have disdain for them. And his son, before he passed away, he said he just wanted to know his father. Oh, my earring just fell off. He just wanted to know that his father loved him. And the fact that Brian didn't reach out while he was on his deathbed is disgusting, and the way that he has disowned his children. So listen to what he said. I couldn't believe that it was Antoine Daniels doing the interview. I was like, what? But let's see what he said. He said his children weren't made in love. This is what he said.
Our two families are two prominent families in the Black Adventist Church. We both met at the college where I was going. She came, okay. I was a sophomore, she was a freshman. We kind of started dating. The next year, she gets pregnant. This is back when shame was a real thing. I know, yep, I get it. She's back home. She tells me she's pregnant and that she's going to get an abortion. Because I'm like, yeah, we should probably do that. You're 18. I'm 20. Why would we? I'm just about to start this whole thing. Maybe this is the route we need to go. And she agrees. I'm like, oh, dodged a bullet. I'm going out to sign my deal in California. When I leave there and get back to Huntsville, that's when she called me and said, actually, I didn't have the abortion. So now I'm like, I got to tell my mom. My mother, who played the piano and was singing in the choir every week. You know, in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, if your kid has a baby out of wedlock, you no longer can hold any church office. You can't sing up in front. You can't do it. You are held responsible for whatever the kids do. I honored my mother. And I tried to do the right thing with a woman that I hadn't even known a year yet. We got married in September, baby in November. We had sort of an agreement. You handle this part. I'm not changing diapers. I'm 20 years old. This was not what I expected to do. You made this decision. You're going to handle that, and I'm going to handle this. Yeah. When you make that bargain, you say, hey, you're going to take care of this. This is your responsibility.
Hold on. Let me make this bigger. Hold on for a second. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. You know I got something to say about this bull crap. Okay?
And they say, got it. And you go and you do what you have to do. You're expecting that to be the case. But we don't realize is that people will tell you whatever it is they want to tell you to keep you there. Until that first argument. Then the real thing starts to come out. But by then, you're looking at your life. You're like, well, and I had this conversation with my mother, like, why did you have me do this? You tried this. It didn't work. Now you got me doing it. Right. It was tough, but I'm already in it. We separated 4 times before we ended up getting divorced ultimately anyway.
How far into the marriage would you say the first separation?
2 years.
Because you were married for what, 13 years?
Yeah, 13.
So why not just break off? Why stick it out for 13 years?
For the kids. I was never in love with their mother. I wasn't. They weren't made from love to begin with. And I said this before, and people got so mad, this obligation that just because you lay with somebody now, it's sort of an 18-year sentence of some kind, or beyond that, because it's forever. There's resentment there. But at the same time, you do have these children, and you want to try to do your best to do right by them. If we were never supposed to be together like this in the first place, but we have these children, we both have to do what's right for them. And you're right. What we should have done was just separated for good then.
What's that nail in the coffin that then leads both of you to come to the conclusion that you guys are no longer good together, regardless of whether or not you have kids or not?
I think we always knew we weren't that. She may have been lying to herself if she thought otherwise. For me, when I realized I could parent those boys without her, I could be a good parent. I could be there for them, and I could give them what they needed from me without being married to their mother.
Do you think that the kids were the thing that kept y'all together as long as you were?
Absolutely.
So why not just break off? Why stick it out for 13 years?
For the kids. I was never in love with their mother. I wasn't. They weren't made from love to begin with.
You know what? Look. I'm going to keep it all the way real, and I'm going to do everything I can to not curse on this live, okay? It's kind of difficult because I'm getting riled up. I'm getting hyped up. Oh, my God. Okay, here's the thing. I feel 50-50 on this. Let me explain. First of all, I'm tired of men. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. You knew what effing could do. You know what sticking your penis in a vagina with your sperm can do. It can make a baby. So I'm sick and tired of you men running around, jumping in pussy all over the place, and then acting shocked when she end up pregnant and mad. Oh, you trapped me. How could this happen? But I wasn't. No, the minute you decided to F me, the minute you decided to jump up in this pussy, you knew that a baby could be made. And it's the same thing for a woman too. My thing is, if she don't want to get rid of that baby, she don't have to get rid of that baby. So don't bring y'all asses on social media acting clueless when you knew what could happen when you F us. You know how a baby is made, okay? So, okay, you said you wanted to do the right thing. Your mother was in church and all of that, so you married her and all of that stuff. And then you said you were never in love with her. Okay, that's the case. I had a whole video telling women, half of y'all baby daddies, they're not in love with you. A good portion of children in the black community have not been made from love, and that's why the race looks so fucked up. That's why y'all don't have loving households and a loving community. We got a bunch of bastard ass kids running around everywhere, including I wasn't made out of marriage either. My mother and father were together for a long ass time, type of thing. And I can say some other stuff, but but that's the case for millions of black children. And I always believe that this is a reason why things are kind of messed up. When I see women, if a man has let you know he don't want a baby with you, you have to decide if you want that baby for you. Personally, I don't want to keep a child that a man didn't want with me. I don't want your effing kid. I don't want to raise them. Unless I actually wanted to have a baby and raise a baby type of thing. My thing is, though, is that you'll have women who will say, I see so many black women on the internet acting in shock that your baby father ain't bonded with the baby. Y'all was just effing. Half of the time, y'all not even in love with each other. He don't even know you. He don't even know you like that. And you don't even know him like that. Y'all might talk on the phone, go on some dates, but you don't know his soul. He don't know your soul. You ain't the love of his life. Y'all are just fucking, a lot of y'all. And in some cases, you might think, oh, I'm his wifey, I'm his girl, I'm his girlfriend. That ain't enough. A lot. I already said, once you move a man in your house and y'all just dating, you have a 70% chance you're going to be a baby mama. Because men like to F, they expect some pussy. And you gonna get pregnant. You can get on birth control, and sometimes that don't work. So if you don't want to end up having a baby with a dude you ain't married to, you ain't even sure about, you don't even know if he could be a father, why you moving him in your house? You already know what's gonna probably happen. And men too. You up in a house with a woman, you effing her every damn week and stuff, and then you acting all in shock that a baby came. I wasn't ready. Bitch, when you decided to jump in this pussy, that could have happened. Stop acting like y'all don't know. Both men, the black men and the black women. Y'all ain't effing that damn slow. You know how a baby is made. And if you don't love the mother, fine. I'm not mad he admitted it, because half of them ain't in love with black women. Y'all be having kids. And that's why your kids are born into fucked upness, because there ain't no love in the house. There ain't no love around the baby. And I don't like how the black community, y'all just be making kids all over the place. No matter, your kids ain't being born in love. To be very real, they're not. A good portion of them. They don't even know what it's like to come home to a truly loving house, half of them. Mama and daddy in love, kissing each other, and mama baking cookies and shit. I'm just saying. And I think it has a psychological effect on the development of these damn children. A lot of black kids are mean as shit. I'm being real with you. I wonder why. Maybe it's because they weren't made from love, and they have resentment and anger because they don't have a daddy, and they're not experiencing love around their house. And they're angry and can't even express why they're angry. Or their father is there paying bills and picks me up on the weekend like it's a fucking job. But is he really bonding with that baby? Is he giving the baby actual love? Even that piece of crap Corey Holcomb or whatever said, if I don't love your mama, bitch, I don't love you. He said that's how a lot of them feel. Basically, they have a hard time bonding with the babies because they never wanted their mother. They're not in love with her. She's just somebody I'm effing. So I think women, if you decide to F and get pregnant, I don't think y'all should be having kids by men. Y'all just effing the man. Y'all ain't in love like that. You gonna ruin this damn child's life. On an emotional and psychological level, they already doomed being born and daddy ain't there. And this is something so rampant in the millions. Okay? So stop thinking because you had some dude baby, he gonna love you or love that baby. Or it's gonna fix something. If that man, I'm child. The real Bella, and hey everybody who said hi to me, the real Bella Goth says people just don't understand how deep life really is. Yeah, I think that's why you got these angry, you got a lot of black guys who are angry at their mother. You do. Because they're men. They know how men operate. So when they think, damn, my father just nutted in you and left, and we think like that too, that tells me what he thought of you and what your value was. The same way I look at the women that I just F and pump and dump too. And you're my mother. You're one of the women that we do this to. I already know what my father thought of you because I'm a man and I know what it is. I know the code language of men. I know how we do. I know how we operate. And I know how he saw you and what your worth was. And then they have anger because their daddy is not there. Even if the mother raised them, that's another thing. Don't be having a bunch of men coming in and out of your house. Your son thinks you're a fucking hoe. He will grow up to think you a hoe. Even if you weren't, if a bunch of men keep coming in and out, he gonna think my mother couldn't hold a man. Even if they were buttholes, and he gonna look at you that way. If he got a bunch of siblings who got different fathers, your son thinks you a hoe. Unless he grows up ghetto and a hood rat and thinks that that's acceptable, and then he goes and repeats it too. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but it's just the truth. But I know I need to stay on topic, okay? And then your daughter's having issues because no father is there to protect her. She doesn't see masculinity. The men from her community got kids all over the place. She doesn't feel safe or that she can ever depend on a black man to marry her or take care of her kids because everybody all over the fucking place got absent daddies. But anyway, Brian McKnight admitted, look, I didn't love her. Okay, I'm not upset with that. He married her. He tried to do what is considered what you should do. My thing is, why publicly say it and your kids are alive? You don't think that would hurt their feelings hearing, damn, like my daddy don't love me. I wasn't made from love. Even if it's true, have enough sense and respect and at least love. Ooh, my other earring. Enough love to not hurt them. Because the kids are still alive. They're going to see all of this. Right? Have some respect about their feelings because people think about things for a long time. Some wounds don't heal, especially when it's your parent. A lot of people can get over a lot of stuff, but when it's their parent, the one person that they think should love them more than anybody in the whole world, humiliates them in public, says this type of stuff in public. These can have psychological wounds that will never heal. And I think that was disgusting for him to do that to them and say that publicly type of thing. He said, I tried to stay for the kids and do the right thing. The way he treated his son before his son passed away was not love. I mean, his son literally passed away wanting his father. He could have, it's just disgusting. Brian McKnight is a cruel man. He's a cruel man, and he's exposed himself, and a lot of us see him for who he is. He's not a good person. He's not. Terry says he doesn't give a damn about his kids. So What I can say from this, he's disgusting. But also, black women, you need to start listening to the things these men are saying, because he's not the only one who feels this way. What he is saying is that, what a number are saying is that they don't bond with the kids. Those kids were not made in love. He was effing you, type of thing. So I'm going to need you to love your unborn children enough to think about these type of things if you should be bringing kids in with certain men, okay, that you're seeing or dating. If you know that boyfriend of yours, you know he ain't gonna marry you half the time. You already need to think, how is this gonna affect my baby? Where we're gonna live? Damn. I mean, just look around. It's up to the black woman to cut off certain bloodlines. And that's all that needs to be said with that. So look, before we get into it even more, give me a second, let's see. Before we talk about this more, I want you to please like, share, and subscribe. Please get those likes up. It affects the algorithm. Please get the likes up on this chat. We are live right now, so more people will know that I'm live. And let's get into the next topic. Okay, so this woman right here, she stole $1.5 billion. No. Okay, she stole $15 billion. She stole $15 billion, and she boarded a plane in 2017, and she hasn't been seen since. Okay, they said that she vanished, and the FBI, she's on the FBI most wanted list, and they said they have absolutely no clue where this woman is. And oh my God, let's see. Let me make this bigger. It says between 2014 and 2017, the Oxford-educated founder of OneCoin promised investors a revolutionary cryptocurrency that would surpass Bitcoin. Instead, she became one of the biggest scammers in history, okay, defrauding people of over $15 billion. Okay, it says in October of 2017, she boarded a flight from Sofia or something to Athens and disappeared without a trace. Despite international investigations and the active FBI most wanted list being active on there, no one has seen her since. Okay, to this day, her fate remains one of the greatest financial mysteries of the 21st century. Baby, you know what I think has happened? Look, you don't, something like this, she had it planned out for years on what she was going to do, because this is not something easy that you can do. I'm talking new identity, not being found. Do you know how easy it is for the government to find you? I think she got plastic surgery. I think that she got some of the money, immediately got plastic surgery, maybe somewhere like Turkey. She probably has dyed her hair. She probably has a nose job, cheek implants, a facelift. She looks more than likely completely different than what you're seeing, as to where they will never know it's her. Maybe even lost some weight. And maybe she moved her money into some sort of Swiss bank or something. I don't know, but I don't think she worked alone. Oh no, something this sophisticated. She probably had a small group of very intelligent people working with her, promised that they would get a cut if they could pull this off. And they did it. They all got their cut and mentored her on how to stay off, out of being, how not to be found type of thing. Probably purchased a home already before she did this, in cash or whatever, under a different name. Maybe she took the identity of a person who passed away or somebody who knows how to do that. They got their cut. So yeah, I think again that no, I Am Here says, I think she's living somewhere as a man. No, I don't think that. I think she's probably glammed up, a whole new face, dyed her hair, and is living the life under a whole different name and identity, with the help of a small group of people who also got a cut of this money. That's what I think probably has happened. There was a lot of people happy for her, but I would be pissed. You know, investors giving you all this money, promising to help them and you take all the money, believe me, powerful people working with her probably have a hit out on her if they can find her. And she's in danger. She's in danger, not just from the FBI, but from the other people who have money who want to get a hold of her for doing that to them. So I don't know. This is crazy. I had never actually heard of her until recently. Okay, so let's get into the story about the African hair braiders who were holding a black woman hostage at the braiding salon, trying to charge her extra money.
Did y'all see that video of that lady in Birmingham, Alabama? She in the African braiding shop. She done sat down to get these braids done. They told her it was going to be $200. You know when you get there, they be trying to scam and scam and scheme. So they tried to put a little extra 50 on top of her 200. Talking about, oh, we put this extra different kind of hair in your head, so it's going to be an upcharge or something to that effect. Of course, they having words back and forth because, no, I agreed to pay 200 and the Africans is like, no, you're going to pay 250. By the time this lady start recording the video, the Africans got her hair wrapped up in a ball like they finna start going to work on her. What is happening? Now, if you ain't never got your hair braided, basically, if you're not black, that is so tight on your head. Like, I'm not even joking. It's not even first day. That's not even a couple of hours. That is 5 minutes from getting out the African chair. First of all, fresh braids are going to be tight. They're kind of going to hurt anyway. But when you get your hair done by the Africans, they got that African grip. Like, I don't know what else to call it other than African grip. They really be pulling your hair. They quite literally.
And that's why I don't go to African braiding shops. They braid too damn tight. I don't get braids, period. I'll get a braided wig, but I'm not getting braids because it pulls. Everybody's hair can't take braids, so we have different type of hair. But yeah, they're known to make your scalp bleed and stuff. So I'm not and charging crazy amounts of money.
I'm trying to make you understand. They be pulling.
And I'm not saying that to be mean about all African braiding shops. That's just been my experience from back in the day.
The follicles up out of your head. So for them to have her freshly braided hair in their hands and they pulling it, oh my God. This is a reason to boycott, because that right there was crazy. Now, the restraint that lady had, maybe because she was by herself and, it'd be like 5 or 10 Africans in that shop. Or maybe she wanted to just, record and get a payday. Or maybe she just, a kind person. Maybe she, don't do confrontation. She ain't know what to do. But I guarantee you this. Them Africans knew who to try. They knew exactly who to play with. Because if they would have tried that on the right one, then they was in Birmingham, Alabama. Ooh wee. If you don't know nothing about Birmingham, Alabama, let me tell you, Birmingham, Alabama is the home of First 40. I know every city said, I swear to God, every city. Birmingham, Alabama, let me tell you, is the home of First 48. They'd have tried the right one on the right day in Birmingham. Baby, somebody would have came out that purse and really showed them. Anyway, I said all that to say, are we boycotting the Africans now? Especially y'all down there in Birmingham. What is y'all finna do? Y'all need to go down there to the African shop and get some straightening about that girl, because her head, I think they pulled some braids out of her hair too, actually.
Okay, so what happened again? She went to get her hair braided and she told her how much it would cost. She paid it, and then they came back and said, no, we want $50 more. And she said, I'm not giving you $50 more because you told me how much it would cost. I paid you, and I'm not giving you more money. And they were like, oh, no, you ain't getting up out of here. So they actually yanked her hair out, cut it, was taking it out, was pissed and telling her, you ain't getting up out of here unless you give us that $50. Even though they never said that it would be $50 more. I heard she said that she used extra hair, but she didn't tell her that or something. At the end of the day, she said it was, Kiki says it was $200. Then they bumped it up to $250. So I believe the police were called and they're actually in jail with no bond for doing this to her. Okay, let's see.
Yes, Birmingham, Alabama. Y'all stood on that business, you hear me? When I said that bitch better not make a motherfucking dollar in that shop, I meant that. Now these 3 African booty scratcher thugs have now been arrested. I told you that $50 was going to cost you a lot more, $50. Now you have been arrested for kidnapping and assault. Dumbass motherfuckers. That's what you African booty scratcher bitches get. Now, mama, get the hands. What was you saying about all that fuck the Americans talk?
Now, look, I have never called a person from Africa that. I've heard about it when they say, oh, y'all used to call. I ain't never called no African that in my life, but some people have. So, look, I ain't saying it. She's saying it in this video, okay?
Now looks like the Americans are fucking you. I told you, we grew here. You flew here, bitch. Now you got a free motherfucking trip back to goddamn Zimbabwe, bitch. I told you, you will be right back where you started, ho. Over 50 motherfucking dollars. That's what you get. And I hope them bitches catch y'all ass on that deck and bend y'all motherfucking fingers back for us. And you funny looking twisted face bitches knew y'all was dead ass wrong for stopping that lady from leaving out that goddamn Braiders shop. The fuck? Triple decker ugly ass bitches. Sitting up there putting their hands on this lady because y'all want to get down on her for fucking $50. $50 just cost y'all ass jail time. Stupid dumb bitches. We don't play that over here in the goddamn America. Whatever y'all was doing over there in goddamn Zimbabwe and the motherfucking huts and shit, bitch. On the goddamn streets, we don't play that over here in the USA. I'm glad you hoes know. Now, and another motherfucking thing, you wrong turn six face bitches. Y'all sitting up there looking like goddamn Wanda from Holiday Goddamn Heart. Fuck you hoes.
I didn't know that all this cursing was in the video. Actually, it's my first time playing the video. This video might not be monetized now, so if you want to donate to me, my Cash App is there. But look, she's standing up. She's standing up for the American black woman against these three women who thought that they could do that to American black women. I'm not saying the language is 100% right type of thing. My thing is I would not have even been there because, number one, my experience is pulling the hair too damn tight. Absolutely not. But also with this tension going on with boycotting African braiding shops, I did the video a few months ago. I still wouldn't feel comfortable going in there because I don't know how they might feel about me and think that I don't like them and like, let's F up her hair or do this and that. Like, nah. The tension is still too thick for me to fully trust going up in there and what you might try to do. Like, I ain't going to the restaurant. You might put something in the food type of thing. I don't know. So, apparently they've been arrested again, kidnapping and something else, and they're being held without bond. Okay. So, we shall see what happens. We shall see. Leave a heart if you think it's sick to breastfeed a baby that's 6 years old. Leave a heart if you don't think it's right to breastfeed your own baby until they're 6. Ice-T's wife, Coco, she says that she was breastfeeding their daughter until she was 6 years old. She said that it was a bonding experience. Hey, Jasmine. And look, I'm going to say something y'all not going to like, and like, y'all going to don't think I'm sick. But when I've seen stories of women breastfeeding longer than what people say, I never thought anything of it that much because I hear that breast milk is very good for the development of your child. And I also felt like, well, it's my baby. Like, you can't tell me how long I can breastfeed my damn baby. That's my baby. My thing is that they start growing teeth and they might bite on the nipple. I have known a woman who said the baby, when they latch on too hard when they're babies, that her nipple almost came off. And I've seen women screaming breastfeeding because it hurts so bad. But that's not the case for all women. Some people try to smexualize it when the baby is 6 and stuff. And I'm like, it's not smexual. It's my baby. What are you talking about? We're not getting off smexually. I'm bonded with my baby. I'm breastfeeding. That's my baby. That's my baby. I can breastfeed my baby as long as I want to breastfeed my damn baby. That's my baby. My thing is that I don't see myself if I had a baby breastfeed until they're 6 with them teeth and everything. But some women do. Even longer than that because they said, oh, it's good for the baby. Okay, I see one heart, another heart. Another heart. Love Us American Black Women and Girls says breast milk is so healthy. If not breastfeeding, then put it in a cup. Okay, so yeah, but she said a bonding experience. You know, a lot of women bond looking at their baby suckling and looking at their eyes and mommy, and it just melts your heart. Come here, baby. And you breastfeeding and looking at them. But 6 is up there. 6 years old is up there. So, but there were people like saying that she's a very sick woman for doing something like this, and that is sexual, and the cops need to be called and all this other stuff. So let me see real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Let me skip through a few things. She's 46, and she said that it was less about nourishment and more about closeness. It wasn't like I was feeding her because she needed a meal. She was able to eat by a year, full, like solids. It was more of a bonding experience, more like I'll give you the milk, but it will be like she wanted to be around me. Oh, God, okay. She's not going to be 16 on my titty. She says that breastfeeding into later childhood is common in some parts of the world. Okay. At what age, mothers, did you stop breastfeeding your child? If y'all have kids, let us know in the chat, how old were you? How old were your children when you stopped breastfeeding them? Belize Baby says, I wouldn't say that she's sick, but I would say that 6 is too old. I think Coco was the one having attachment issues. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think if I had kids, once them teeth, I don't think I would do it when they're that old. But I never fully judge women who breastfed longer than what people say you should stop because of the benefits of breast milk, and, it's my baby. But I understand the importance of also not having them breastfeeding for too long, psychological reasons and stuff like that too. Okay, so I definitely wanted to share this story. I was maybe going to do a whole separate video about this. This happened a few weeks ago. This man right here, bless this man, in the middle, he fought for his daughter's honor. Okay, I'm not sure which daughter it was, but one of them got raped. And 3 of these men right here, they tried to pay the father off to keep quiet about what they did to his daughter. And he said, hell no. He was still going to press charges, and they set him up and they took his life. So these 2 girls, and he might have another daughter, I'm not sure which one was great, but now they don't have their father because their father was standing up for them about, being great by this grown man. All right, so that's the father up top. Rest in peace to him. He lost his life defending the honor of his daughter against the rapist. So these 3 men are in custody on $2 million bond. I'm so sick of this bond crap. Why do some people get bond? Why do they even have an option for bond? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Keep them locked up. Okay? So, all right, they have different last names. Let me try to make this bigger. Let's see. LeVar Harmon, he's on $2 million bond. Okay, it says that for Smurder in the first degree. All right, knowingly burning and exploding something. Sodomy. Whoa, Lord, geez. Sodomy. Y'all know what sodomy is? That's when they anally grape you or shove it up your throat. Orally grape you or anally grape you. And statutory grape. Anthony Young, $2 million bond. 2 counts of Smurder in the first degree. Armed criminal action. Knowingly burning and exploding something. Tampering with physical evidence. And Anthony D. something. 2 counts of Smurder. 1 count of tampering with something. So the first guy is, he has the Smurder charge. Okay. So from what I heard from this story, actually, I think I have the article actually, but take a good look at what a hero looks like. This is what a hero looks like. A real dad who said, I'm not taking any money from you to keep quiet. You raped my damn daughter. So no, I'm pressing charges. You are going to jail. And they set him up and took his life. And I actually think one of the men who they had hired to get him, then they took his life. One or two of these men, basically leave it as a setup, and the father lost his life. Okay, this is disgusting to me. And this is a damn shame. His daughters are going to be traumatized forever. And you never would get over something like that. Like, first of all, being raped, and then your father trying to be there for you, and then they take your father out. So this is horrible. And I don't understand why this hasn't made national news. Okay, so let's see. Let's see more of this story. He refused $12,000, a bribe. He was taken off the earth unalive for reporting the rape of his daughter. A black father from Missouri, Corkery Warren, was Smurder after reporting the rape of his 15-year-old daughter and refusing $12,000 offered by his family. The rapist family offered him $12,000 to be quiet about it. This happened March 21st, 2025 of this year. He met LeVar Harmon, that first man. He met his daughter as she walked home from school, took her shopping, and SA'd her at his house. Warren reported the crime, and his sister, LaVonda, visited him with an unidentified man to offer $12,000 to drop the case. The father refused the bribe and continued to work with the police. A black woman, joined in to help cover it up, the rape of his daughter, and let's offer him $12,000, the family, so we can protect our rapist brother or son. Disgusting. Okay, hold on. Okay. The father was gunned down through a glass door of his home by Andrew, an associate of the family, the guy who raped the daughter. Later that day, the same guy who took him out was also found unalived in his car, destroyed by fire. The authorities believe it was a move to cover up the Smurder for hire plot. The Ferguson police are working with the court and federal authorities. Okay, and they arrested all of those men that I showed you and their cousin, LaWanda, a black woman. Charges include first-degree murder and everything tampering and evidence tampering. And again, they're being held with a large bond for separate federal charges. So again, what is wrong with our system that you're giving rapists and family members who try to protect rapists and pay the father off? Why do they have bond? Okay, so his daughter was walking home from school. The man right here, the first one, he approached the daughter, took her shopping, and then took her to the house and raped her. She told her daddy what happened. And then his family, the first guy, a black woman trying to defend the rapist of the family after he now raped a little black girl. The family and all of them got together and got a hitman and said, look, we'll give you $12,000 if you keep your mouth shut about what he did to her. He said, hell no. Worked with the police officers, and then they got the hitman, and the hitman took him out, and then they took out the hitman to try to cover this whole thing up. And now they're in jail being held on a $2 million bond. Okay, I'm looking in the chat. All right, so this is disgusting. The real Bella says, of course, sick people come from sick families. Yeah. It's sick, but it's very common. A lot of black people, every time y'all see, not y'all in the chat, but I'm just saying, period, when a white man rapist has been arrested, oh, that's what they do. But y'all don't like to talk about, as a whole, the community of the rampant amount of black men who are rapists and sick family members who protect these rapists and cover it up, or have absolutely no shame. The uncle, the stepfather, the daddy, the cousins, and all of that. And the black women who are just as disgusting, who participate in it, who also should be in jail or unalive too, right along with them. So this is absolutely disgusting. And I just can't imagine what his daughter is going through, having something like this happen, and then to lose her father this way. I don't think this is something you'll ever get over anytime soon in life. And people often say justice to me. I have to be careful what I say on here. A victim sometimes doesn't have justice to me if the person who took them off the planet is still on the planet. That's not justice. That's not justice to me. I don't believe men who grape getting to sit in a prison and have internet and TV and food and graping other men in prison. I don't feel that's justice. Justice to me is for him to be graped and then taken, get the D penalty. That's how I feel about it. So, and they don't have justice with their father off the earth and they're still living. That's not justice to me. I am happy they've been arrested. I don't think that bond should have ever been allowed at all. And I think they should get a life sentence if they're not going to execute them. So rest in peace to the father. I'm trying not to cry just looking at this photo. It definitely makes me want to cry. I can feel the love through the picture just looking at him smiling with his daughters, and it's very serious. He's not here anymore. He's not on the earth. This is not some game. They're going to wake up every day and daddy will not be there. He's never coming back. He's been wiped off the earth. That's very serious. That's a very big deal to me. Just simply trying to protect them. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. All right, so I wanted to share that with you. And I had to share this because this was absolutely crazy too. This is one of the craziest things I have ever heard. This woman flew to Florida because she wanted to be essayed and tortured and unalived. Not he kidnapped her. She paid him to torment her and to essay her and to unalive her. She had wanted to be off the planet for a while. They had met on a fetish website and she didn't want to be on the earth no more. So she wanted to be taken out, being tormented, and then he being essayed and stuff. And people are like, what? And I don't know how he got caught, but they arrested him and they're still going to charge him even though this is what she asked for. The thing is, how many other women has he done this to? This man was already a sicko. Okay? So she flew all the way from the UK just to have this happen. Okay, let's get a little bit more into it. Excuse me. All right, a Florida man was arrested after he took her life. She flew from the UK, England, all the way here to Florida. Sonia, she was 32 years old and she was battling a mental health struggle. She spent 2 years chatting on the dark fetish website with him. He's 53 years old. And despite a failed plan before in 2024, where she got help, she flew to him October 10th of this year. She paid him $1,200 and she wanted a violent end. Okay, he picked her up, at the Gainesville airport and took her to a rented Airbnb. He SA'd her. He beat her, Okay, he essayed her. He left bruises on her body. Okay, and then he stabbed her 4 times, with oh my God, an engraved knife. He buried her in a shallow grave in the woods. Arrested October 17th for credit card fraud using her credit card. He now faces first-degree murder, kidnapping, fraud. Okay, and November 17th, he bought a rope, a shovel, a GUN cleaner on camera. Beforehand, her family pleaded publicly for help when she missed her return flight. See, he would have gotten away with it if he didn't use her credit card. If he didn't use her credit card, he probably would have gotten away with it. And there are people who feel, is he really guilty if this is what she paid for? She asked him to do this to her, and he did it for the money. My thing is, how do we know he hasn't done something like this before? I mean, it's not easy to hear a woman screaming, grape her, beat her, and then stab her up multiple times with the engraved knife. No. Let's see a little bit more again with this.
And a woman flies to Florida to be murdered on purpose? It's the wild investigation that has detectives asking a whole lot of questions.
It was a murder for hire plot, but here's the twist. She allegedly hired the hit on herself. And investigators say the woman flew halfway around the world to Central Florida to be tortured and killed. And this man allegedly took her up on the offer. Fox 35 was the only TV news crew in court this morning when Dwayne Hall went before a judge. Investigators say Hall murdered her and then dumped her body in the woods.
The FDLE says a woman in the United Kingdom posted on a fetish website looking for someone to abuse and kill her.
Dwayne Hall?
And that this man took her up on the offer. Dwayne Hall is now facing charges for homicide and kidnapping in a case a former detective called bizarre and unthinkable. What were your thoughts when I called you about this case?
You know, my first thought was, wow, I literally have been in this business 30 plus years. I have never heard anything close to what you had explained to me.
According to court documents, Hall told investigators he met Sonia Exelby online a couple years ago. The FDLE says Exelby flew from England to Gainesville on October 10th. Hall picked her up and drove her to an Airbnb Exelby had reserved in Reddick. Investigators say they found video on Hall's phone taken the next day, showing Exelby covered in cuts and bruises, with audio of Hall demanding Exelby verbally give consent to be stabbed. Detectives found messages Exelby sent a friend over Discord that day, expressing regret.
It doesn't matter if the victim is willing or not willing to be murdered. It is against the law to take anyone's life in a premeditated fashion.
Jasmine Rose says this is a reflection of our society and world. I mean, we've always had sick people. Some people even felt like, well, why didn't she just take her own life? Like, why would you want somebody to hurt you like that? And not just do it yourself. There are some people who feel like, well, I don't want to do it myself. If they're religious, like, oh, well, if I do it myself, I might go to hell because, I did it. So let me get somebody else to do it and it won't be considered suicide. You know what? Because they did it. I didn't do it. You have people who think like that. But they said she regretted it. Yeah, after being beaten and stuff and essayed, she probably thought, oh my God, I don't really want this. My thing is if she had any regret, why didn't he just let her go? Like, okay, I'm not going to do it. Now you see how real this can get. Go on and get your things and go. But that's not what happened. He got the knife, but they said that he screamed to her to give consent for the stabbing. And I guess she did. And he took her off the planet. And this is crazy. Leave a heart in the chat if you think he was wrong for what he did. Leave a heart in the chat if you think he was wrong, even though this is what she wanted at first, and now he's in jail. Do you think he was wrong for taking her life? Let's see. 1, 2, 3 hearts. Okay, I got 3 hearts so far. Another heart. Okay. So far I got the hearts. Y'all don't agree that he should have did this to her. Okay. So, damn. And you know, look at her. She's beautiful. I guarantee that the average person, if you were to see her at the airport or just walking, a lot of people wouldn't think she was sick like this and would want something like this. Just looking at her, a lot of people probably wouldn't think that. So, damn. Okay, let's see what else I got. All right. Deelishis. I have to say, Deelishis has kept a name for herself because Flavor of Love has been over for a long ass time. I remember watching it. And Deelishis, well, I mean, the fact that she's been able to keep her name in the media and is still sort of relevant a little bit, and she was able to capitalize off of her body and her beauty and make money. I mean, she lives in Detroit or some part of Michigan. It might not be Detroit. I think it's Detroit. I don't know, but she's in Michigan. She has this big ass house, a mansion. And you know, Michigan and Detroit, you can get a big house up over there because it's not known to be a city making money type of thing. You can get stuff cheaper there. And she lives there in this big old house. She has a daughter. I don't know what happened to that man she had a daughter with. He was absolutely gorgeous, but I'm not sure what his career was. I don't know if she dates hustlers and all that other stuff. I don't know if she has secret celebrity sugar daddies going on type of thing. I think she does, and that's her business. And she does get paid, I think, to post on Instagram, and she does eat healthy. She always had a shape. I don't know if she got anything done, but she makes money to be beautiful, basically, on social media. And I don't know how much she gets, and she does event hostings and things like that. And she does have some celebrity friends type of thing. So, look, softer side of CC says, yeah, Deelishis in New York are the only ones who are still really out. Yeah. And it's amazing because Deelishis in New York, especially New York, Miss New York is like the original Miss Social Media. Like reality TV, she made it what it is. She plays a big part and she's still getting on shows and everything like that. But you got to have the personality, and she has that personality for TV type of thing. So with Deelishis, I mean, she was married to one man. It didn't work out. And I was surprised when she got with this man right here. He was a part of the exonerated 5 Raymond Santana. From what I hear, that was about a woman who claimed she was grape. Well, she was grape in Central Park, and 5 guys, young teenagers, were arrested, Black and Hispanic, and they were ready to take them off the earth, and they said they didn't do it. And then they said they were pressured to confess and say all this stuff that wasn't true, and all this other stuff. And then it came out that they didn't do it, so they got released and everything. And I think they got a good payday from that. They got paid well from the state and all that for what they did to them. And he ended up with Deelishis. They ended up married and they ended up divorced. And he says, oh, well, she's not traditional. She's not traditional. Now, look, he is a Hispanic man. You already know. Like, look, if you go on, I believe in tradition. We know that you don't always see that all the time in Black relationships. You do and you don't. This whole gender imbalance, role reversal thing, crisis, and all this other stuff. Not everyone's suffering with problems with that, but it is a real thing. But yeah, I can tell you, men from other cultures, if you gonna F with men from other cultures, baby, they not playing that. You gonna be traditional. If you're not, they not Fing with you like that. A lot of them, okay, where tradition still runs rampant in their cultures. If you ain't willing to get in that kitchen and cook and learn how to keep your mouth shut, which you should know anyway when you deal with men, certain stuff, how you say things. It's not always what you say. It's sort of how you say it. There's a way to say things. Men get tempers and throwing stuff and wanting to fight and all that other craziness. That's why you got to try to get a man who can control himself and is not a baby and doesn't want to get all riled up. But you know how some men could be and all that other stuff. But yeah, like when a Black woman, you want to date other men from that's not Black, well, A lot of them, they not playing that role reversal stuff, a number of them, and a number of them believe in paying for their woman's bills and stuff. There's a growing number that's trying not to, but there's still a significant amount who still do and believe in all that stuff, which they should. But okay, so he was with Deelishis. He knew who Deelishis was when he got with her. Now, she's not known to act real thottish, as they say, but some of the stuff she can wear would not be considered appropriate, depending on where you're going, type of thing. And her whole way of making money and stuff is to show off her beauty and her body on Instagram and all this other stuff. She's been on some movies too. I think movies that's been playing on Tubi as well and everything like that, still keeping her name out there. So they got divorced. He seemed to be really in love with her. I remember those photos. He was head over heels for her. He married her. I'm tired of men marrying women and then y'all start saying stuff like you didn't know who you married. Just like with some women get with a man who was a butthole when you was dating him, you got married, and then when you get divorced, he was such a butthole. He was a butthole when you was dating him. And Deelishis was on social media when he met her. That's why he wanted her. He wanted some Deelishis. Okay, so it says this. During an appearance on the All Eyes on E podcast, he reflected on why the relationship ended with her. He says, "Who I am and what I stand for, it can't survive in this space. Then for me, I had to understand when it's over, it's over." And I think that was the realest thing for me and her. When she came to me and said, "It's hard being your wife. I have to be somebody I'm not." As reported, he filed for divorce March of 2022. They were married for 2 years, stating that the union was broken with no hope of reconciliation. They've been separated since 2021. So she said that it's hard to be your wife. I have to be somebody that I'm not. Interesting. We'll get into that. Hold on. When asked what he meant by Deelishis being someone she wasn't, he said, "Well, a wife. I'm more traditional. She wasn't traditional. I didn't ask her to make a lot of changes, but it comes to a certain point in your life with maturity that you make those changes on your own. And if I'm still growing, I don't need to see you growing, and the kids are growing that are with us, and that doesn't look right. You're not a good example." Basically, she's immature is what he's saying. That the kids, he says, "I'm still growing. I don't need to see you growing." Well, why can you grow, but she can't grow? And the kids are growing that are with us. He wanted her to be an example, to be a wife, an example of a wife, and to be more mature is what I'm getting from this. So this is what Deelishis actually said under his post. She says, "You would think after 3 years divorce, a person would either speak the truth or say nothing at all. But hey, what do I know? But just to wrap this sideshow up, I did everything he said I did. I was a disgusting, horrible wife and even a worse mom. He suffered horribly the entire time. He couldn't take my non-traditional childish behavior any longer. He put his foot down, packed his bags, and left. The end. May God forgive me, and may God give him peace and comfort and a bright new journey." So this is what Deelishis is saying. So she's saying, look, yeah, okay, fine. You said these things about me. Fine, it's true. God bless you type of thing. Now, here's one thing I know, and I'm going to say something that's going to ruffle some women up from a comment I saw. Now, here's the thing. I know for a fact a lot of men don't always tell their side. There are a lot of men who will blame the woman and say she did this, and they never tell what they did. I always say it was a guy I was talking to who said, "Oh, my woman was cheating on me. I found out she was cheating." I said, "And how, before you found out she was cheating on you, how long were you cheating on her?" And then he got quiet and said, "Yeah, I did." So you was cheating already. But the minute you found out she was cheating, you want to come to me and paint this woman as this evil lady who cheated and broke your heart. But you was cheating on her ass before you even found out she was cheating on you. So don't displease with it. A lot of men do that. They don't tell what they did that helped to the breakdown of the relationship type of thing. I find it interesting how she said, I have to be someone that I'm not now that I'm married to you. So, I mean, he knew who you were when you got married, but then I guess maybe he had some new expectations of her. Now, there was a woman who said that what happened, in her opinion, is that she was still on social media, half butt naked in these scandalous outfits and not being a wife. And I don't know if that's 100% true, but let's say that it is. I was looking through the comments and there were some women who don't see a problem with that. And I'm like, what is wrong with some of y'all? This is like with that Keke Palmer video I did. Your ass is a wife now. You don't have enough common sense to know you don't take your ass on social media, shaking your ass all over the place, half naked in front of other men. You don't have enough common sense to know that. I don't give a damn. When you get married, things do change. There are different stages in life when you become a mother and grandma and shit like that. And yes, once your ass get married, black woman, I'm talking to you because this is who was in the comments. You need to learn how to respect your man. Okay? You don't take your ass outside. I don't give a F if he met you half naked when y'all met. You're married now. You don't know to have respect and to cover your ass up. You have a husband. Why would you want to still dress like that and you got a man? You don't know that you disrespecting him? Yes, he thought you was sexy. Yes, he hollered at you. You're married now. Cover your ass up. You don't respect yourself and you don't respect your man. And you are a mama. You got children. Why are you on the internet and thongs and shit and you got a fucking baby? A baby that can see that, and you got a whole husband. I can't defend stuff like this when I see some of y'all talking about you ready to be a wife and you wifey. You ain't wifey material with this mentality that you think it's okay to parade around literally with your butt cheeks out and people can see your underwear and you have a husband. There's nothing traditional or feminine about that. That you're trash. You look like trash. Okay, and you can get mad if you want to. You want to be seen as a soft, feminine lady and ladylike and shit, but yet you don't know this basic shit about how to respect your damn husband or your boyfriend and not go outside half naked, literally. And then some get mad. Go ahead and get mad. Because it's the damn truth. Just like I expect my man. I mean, if my man got muscles, yeah, you can wear a tank top. Go ahead and look. But he's coming home with me. I'll go ahead. He can wear the tank top with his muscles showing. But you ain't coming out with your eggplant print being visible like that type of thing now. Okay. So maybe they were both wrong. Maybe they both had issues with them and just jumped into marriage. Okay. But if he expected her to become traditional, which he said, AKA your ass is married now. You are my wife. You will respect me. Okay. You will respect me, how you carry yourself and what you wear out there. If he felt like that, I don't see anything wrong with that because you should know that shit anyway as a woman. Okay. Hold on. But I'm not saying that was the case. I wasn't there. I mean, but I know what it is if he said traditional. We know what being, some of us know what being traditional is. And you have some of these women running around acting like hearing traditional means enslavement. Not everybody's trying to abuse you or treat you like crap. It's just basic respect type of thing. Oh, my husband wanted some food cooked. So fucking what? I'm taking it there. I'm getting hyped up. Because I see a number of women who get upset that a man wants a fucking meal. Your own husband, the man that sleeps with you, on top of you, making love to you, paying your goddamn bills, and he can't get a fucking spaghetti or a sandwich, but yet you love him. Girl, please. Unless you made it clear from the beginning you didn't want to cook and he knew that, then that's different because he knew what he was getting into. Okay, but some of y'all out here, you want soft, traditional. You want femininity. I want the soft life, and I want my husband. Oh, what you mean? Oh my God, you had to make a sandwich. Oh my God, you had to clean up your fucking filthy house. While your husband busts his ass 9 to 5, you're lucky you get to stay your ass in that house. Wow, it's a big fucking deal to clean a fucking house. That's such hard work. Is your house dirty every damn day? I'd rather do that shit than have to go out there and bust my ass for fucking 9 and 10 hours. And your loving man that you married, you claim you love, say, baby, I'm hungry. Why are you asking me? I would dump your ass if I was a man. Because if I make it clear I want a traditional wife, you know what you signed up for. And that don't mean that he coming home abusing you. And I mean, if the man loving you and is good to you and he paying your damn bills, yeah, cook his ass something to eat. Why wouldn't you want to anyway? Don't you love that man? Does he don't make you happy? He don't deserve to get a fucking meal? Does he treat you like shit? If he's not, then what's the fucking problem? You don't even work. Please. Yeah, I'm hyped up. Shit. I'll gladly cook my man some food and I get to stay at home. Please. And I like cooking, so I want to cook for my damn man. I don't know about some of y'all, who y'all fucking and marrying. Y'all don't even like your men. I'm like, I'm not getting with no man if I don't like him. Why am I with him? If I don't love that man and if I don't like him, why am I wasting my time with him? Why are you wasting his? Free him and let him get his woman and you go get your man. But I see a number of women, not every man is abusing y'all and treating y'all like shit. Some of them do, and you need to dump him. But I'm like, so if a man is good enough to get on top of you and F your brains out and make love to you and give you money for things you need, why are you whining and screaming about cooking some fucking spaghetti or a meatloaf or something? As if that's some hard work. I could see if he was abusing you and demanding the shit and treating you like shit. And I understand if, yeah, you effing multiple women around town and I know about it. No, I'm mad. I don't want, even in some cases, you might know some shit, but it's like, well, shit, I don't work. Certain roles have to be fulfilled. I don't care if I'm called a pick-me. I believe a man has certain roles and women have certain roles too. My thing is, y'all need to respect each other and be treated with respect and have love in that house. If he's treating you like crap, of course you don't want to do certain stuff because he's treating you like crap. But I've seen women turning their nose up at the thought of cooking their own man something. I'm like, what kind of relationship do y'all have? Some dry ass shit? Y'all not effing? Y'all not making love? He ain't rubbing your foot? You ain't rubbing him? Like, why are y'all together? Make it make sense. Please. I'm just saying, you got some women out here acting like making your house beautiful and cleaning a house and cooking something is such a, oh my God, I'm being worked to death. You ain't working like him. That's just, no. No. Unless you have kids that's always effing up stuff. Yeah, I can understand that part. But on the house, once you clean that house, I'm sure that house ain't going to look tore up every day type of thing. Or you know his schedule. You know when he's coming home. You know what time you can be relaxing all damn day. And it's like, oh my God, it's 5 o'clock. He's about to get off. Okay, let me start dinner. That's not hard. And I don't understand why you wouldn't want to if you like him and love him. But I've said enough. And I don't care how I'm seen for saying it. And I expect the man to love me and treat me with respect. And do things too. So yeah, if she got married and she wouldn't stop shaking her ass on Instagram in those revealing outfits, I can see why he was pissed if that's true. And he rightfully so should have a fucking problem. Yeah, I got a fucking problem with my fucking wife all over the internet looking like a fucking, I don't even have to say. The fuck is wrong with you? Get your ass in that fucking house. Okay. Let me be quiet. I've said enough. Again, this is probably not a monetized video. If you would like to donate, the Cash App is there. And when I say get in the house, I ain't talking about being held hostage. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. The problem with y'all today, we got to watch everything we say. It's all seen as slavery and oppression. Girl, please. And I do agree in some cases it is, but in some stuff, sometimes no, it's not. All right, give me a quick second. What is this? Okay. I mean, and look, I believe you can still be sexy. Like, I like, it's just how you do it. Like, okay, you have some cleavage. That's not that bad. But if you're like wearing pants that's sheer through the whole pants and you literally can see the thong at the back, or your drawers at the back of the outfit, because that's a thing right now, no, that's just too much. Or you jumping on the internet twerking and revealing clothing and you got a husband at home. Okay, hold on. So, let's see. Let me take this down. Okay, this was something. Speaking of respect, this woman went viral. She went to walk her dog and she just didn't care. She just went out. We know black women have this reputation of this whole bonnet thing. Now, if she lives in the city and she wants to walk her dog, okay. Yes, the pink is cute, but I'm like, damn, it look like, well, she ain't got on no bra, titties just swinging. Don't even look like she got drawers on. At the end, I mean, a lot of women were cheering her on for this. I think it's too short. And I would have had a bra on. They're like, oh, well, she just wants to walk the dog real quick. She ain't got time to be getting all dressed up and stuff. Just go walk this dog. I feel torn on this. I don't like seeing her not wearing a bra. Like, come on. It looks like she just naked under there. Like, and it's short. If she would have had it longer and some I don't know how I feel, but I do feel in general that seeing women, period, in pajamas outside, it looks sloppy. You look like you don't give a damn about yourself. And, I mean, I've gone outside with a bonnet to the mailbox. It's like right to the mailbox, you know, but not outside at the supermarket and at the airport. Women wearing pajamas at airports and stuff looks ridiculous. Just looking like they literally just rolled up out of bed. So leave a heart if you think she's trifling for this. And this makes black women look bad. I think her bonnet is cute, it's pink, but she is just walking the dog. I just don't like how short it is. Don't look like she got on drawers again. I know she ain't got no bra on. I'm like, girl, you couldn't even put on a bra. So far, I got hearts. This does not look like no white Hispanic woman. So this, what? Let's zoom in even. No, that does not look like a white Hispanic woman. To me, maybe to you, but not to me. Okay. Too damn short. All right. Hopefully more women will care about how they look outside in the public. Okay, so the government has announced that they're going to release the Epstein files, and a lot of people think they're going to cover up names. They're going to swipe away names of Republicans involved or celebrities involved. I know that Deepak Chopra, his name came up. I'm not shocked at all. You know, I noticed that every year women get shocked when they see how men are, how they will sleep with teenagers and children or very young women, or that they'll do a train on somebody, or all types of stuff. I'm like, we've been seeing this since we've been little. It's not going to stop unless there are stricter laws or something. And, well, Epstein allegedly took his life in prison, even though there are people who don't think he actually took his life. They think there was a hit put out on him. And now the government is claiming they're going to release these files and you'll get more names. And there are people like, what? Deepak Chopra name was on it. Stephen Hawking's name was in the files. You think because they're respected men and they seem to be nice that they wouldn't go to a party and engage in an orgy and get a blowjob and other stuff? They're men still. But nothing changes because you happen to like them. And we see this over and over. If Catholic priests could do what they did to them little boys, what on earth make you think other men can't? So, my goodness gracious. Let's see. So, reportedly, they took a DNA sample from Hitler. His blood was on a couch, and they're saying that the DNA shows that Hitler had a micro penis. They're also saying a woman said that Epstein has a very small penis that looks like a lemon, that it was deformed and looked like a lemon and it was tiny. And they're saying that Hitler's DNA showed that he had a genetic mutation or issue that causes micro penis. And they're saying no wonder these men were crazy and violent because they had a micro. I don't think this, I mean, look, I believe that a lot of men who smurder women, serial, you know what, a lot of them have small ones. And I'm going to take it there. I had knew a man who had a micro, and he was very nasty towards me. And once I saw that, I said, oh, it makes sense why this guy is so fucking angry. I would be angry too. I understand. But that doesn't give you a right to treat me bad type of thing. So this is the case for a number of men. If you investigate a lot of men who hurt women, you will find that a lot of them have sexual problems. I remember that teenage guy a few years ago who was half white and Asian. He was very good looking, but he couldn't get a girlfriend. And he was saying, why do these guys get these girls and I can't get them? I'm 18 and I still haven't had a girlfriend. I still haven't had sex. You could have paid a prostitute if you wanted some so bad. But he didn't. But he was frustrated because he wasn't getting laid. And you'll find a lot of these guys in red pill and who are so pissed off is because they're not getting pussy. That's why they're mad. They want pussy. They're tired. I'm like, if you need it so bad, go get a fucking hook. Go get a prostitute. They don't want the prostitute though, some of them. And it's not hard to get coochie in America. It's easy. If I was a dude, I could easily get some. It's really not that hard out here. My thing is that a lot of these guys who are angry all over these podcasts are very sexually frustrated people. They're frustrated. They're not getting the coochie that they want or enough of it. Or they have a small penis and they're angry at women. They're traumatized. Maybe they couldn't get none when the woman saw it. And they're mad. They're like, F these women. You ever notice that when men talk about what women want, they always say provider and protector. They never bring up the penis. They don't want you to want one. They don't want you to think it's a micro and all that other stuff. You better be careful what you say to a man if you don't like it. You don't ever tell a man about his private areas to his face. They will snap your neck type of thing. That's his manhood. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these crazy dudes and angry and woman haters, a lot of them have small penises. A lot of men who want little girls and underage girls and children, that's because they think their vaginas are smaller. They have a small dick, a number of them. And they hate women because they can never get laid because it's too little or they can't last and they mad. That's what's really going on with a lot of these red pillers and all these angry ass men. The world was made for men. The men rule the world. They make the laws. So you have to say, why are you so effing angry in a world that caters to you, was built for you? You protect the rapist, and y'all don't even go to jail or get executed. So what you really mad about? Half the time is because they're broke and poor. Their penis is little. They're a minute man. They can't get the coochie that they want, or they're secretly gay. And that's how I feel about a number of them up all over here. And then they try to get other men to join in with them with their hatred. And these foolish men go along with it. Y'all keep bringing up Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuel, gay ass. That guy was effing gay. I don't give a damn what you say. And but he did tell y'all to go get a job and to wash your private areas. And he said some things I've said before. He said some things some people knew was true. And some stuff that was very problematic. But his ass also was gay. And y'all know his ass was. And y'all deny that shit. It wasn't hard to tell. Or bisexual at least. So, anyway. Let's see what they're saying about Epstein and this sex trafficking stuff real quick.
I was trafficked by the former Abercrombie & Fitch CEO and a web of people who are still able to do this because people continue to act like they care but don't actually care. Regarding the Epstein files, I need you to please listen to me and listen to me for the entirety of this. Save this, share this, help me get this out there because this is important. Men and boys are absolutely included in all of this. Many of you know my story. Many people still don't know the story because it has been pushed down over and over because people don't like to understand that men and boys have always been victims in all of this as well. The person behind Abercrombie & Fitch at the height of it all, former CEO who I'm talking about, and I refuse to say his name on here because he does not get to take up space in my world anymore. The person who enabled him from the beginning was Lex Wexner. Lex Wexner is also the person who enabled, from the beginning, Jeffrey Epstein. As you connect more of these dots, you realize that this has been going on for a very long time, and it's still going on to some capacity because these industries, like the modeling industry, are predatory and they are a front for so many other things that are not what the world wants to know. I want to speak directly to survivors right now. Please take care of yourself. The world is using this as fodder. A lot of people that don't actually care about this are now going to use this to get engagement, to get likes, to get follows. And I'm grateful that noise is being made, but it's so sad because we've known this for so long. And if people just believe survivors, we wouldn't be in this position to begin with. Please take care of yourself. Turn these things off. Don't engage with the people who are not actually coming at this with sensitivity and nuance and looking to actually help push this conversation forward so that justice can actually be had. What we're fighting is a system that was built by predators for predators. It's soul-sucking and it's gaslighting and it makes you feel crazy. The truth is that we are going to see change and we are going to find justice in different ways, and it's going to take a really long time. Since my story came public in 2023, there's still so many logistical things that haven't gotten to actually happen because they know how to work the system. They know how to make themselves look like a victim themselves. It's just meant to make you feel crazy. And that's why people end up in really hard positions, and it takes a really strong person to go through this and come out on the other side okay. And I'm so grateful to this love army for being in this with me and knowing that you have helped get this to where it is, that you have helped make this story even bigger, and that we're going to keep getting more people to understand that men and boys are a part of this conversation and always have been. Please help these different pieces of the puzzle, my story. Please help more people hear about it because it helps us and it protects us in so many ways as well. If you're new here, I'd like to welcome you to our love army. Much love, y'all.
I definitely believe him, you know. It's a fact that there are men who grape little boys as well. It's just not always talked about type of thing. And I always find it weird when people don't find the grape of a man to be bad like a woman. I mean, your butthole is being busted open. They're bleeding. They're tearing. They're screaming. Stuff is falling out. Especially when they're little. Like, people can't empathize and think of what the little boy is going through having his private parts traumatized like that? Seriously? At a young age? And the damage when he gets older, if he can't go to the bathroom properly, things are not healing right. It's very serious to me. type of thing. And I know as a girl, your hymen being torn, risks of STDs, pregnancy, bleeding, all of those things, and hurt and peeing, all of that stuff. It's all of it matters. So I believe him. I don't think he's lying. And there will be people who will always say, why don't they ever say the name? Say the name. Don't you understand that when you have no money and powerful people that you name can kill you the same week? If you don't want to be off the planet, a lot of people don't publicly say names because they'll get sued, and because they have more power than you, they can make up things and you will lose the case, and they will put a hit out on you and your family members. It's not a game. Yes, names should be named in court if they can be. And in some cases, if you're willing to DIE behind it, go ahead and give the name. But there are a number of people who don't give the names because, well, these people have the power and will murk you or murk your family members. They have addresses and stuff. It's serious type of thing. So personally, I don't think we'll always see an end to this because we see it every year. It's going to take good men to fight because women ain't winning this. I'm sorry. Men run the world. They run the government. They protect these people. And women have tried. And some women even help them. But overall, it's going to take men. You have to have good men willing to go toe to toe and fight these nasty demonic men. They have to be the ones to do it at large. The good men who want justice have to fight for the women, the children, the men. If you have a lot of men who are quiet because they're either afraid, they don't give a damn, or they would grape somebody themselves. So, I mean, maybe you might see some stricter laws type of thing, but we've been seeing this forever, every year. SA cases and all this other stuff. So, we're the good men of the world that care, who are willing to fight other men to the death. Warriors to change the world. Because it ain't enough with just women. I see my fellow women dreaming and hoping to beat these demonic men on earth. But deep within, we know we can't beat a lot of them because, number one, they'll grape us and break our bones. They're stronger. They'll bust down the door in groups and it's over. We have to have men to challenge them and fight them. But where are they? Okay. I saw this. There were a group of men dressed as women who were on the cover of Women of the Year and all this other stuff over in England. England, y'all. It's not just here in America. This guy was named UK Magazine's Woman of the Year. We're seeing this repeatedly, and I blame women too, though. Not fully, but enough. Because women let this happen. We didn't march and demand you will not disrespect our gender. Take it off. I've seen a lot of women embracing these men who want to replace women or be seen as women. And I've seen men be quiet. Why are men quiet? Especially men who claim to be Christian all over the globe, Christian men. Why aren't you Christian men standing up to protect your Christian woman? Where are all these Catholic and Baptist and Catholic, Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, LDS, Mormon? Who else? Hebrew Israelites. All of y'all under this Christianity stuff. Why aren't y'all being warriors and fighting against this as the men? The leader, the head that y'all claim you are. You're supposed to be the head. There's God and the man and then the woman. Where's the man at? Where are the Christian men saying, fuck this shit? Nah, we ain't having it. Y'all not doing this to our women in a Christian nation. We ain't having it. We want women up over here. We're not replacing the woman gender. We're not allowing this. You can say you're a trans woman because you're trans. You will not say you're a full woman. You are not the woman of the year. You're not a woman. But I don't see women globally standing up and saying, I'm tired of this disrespect. No. No, you don't see women doing it and they're getting comfortable. And you don't see men at large. You have some who debate it. They might go on TV saying a man is a man and all this other stuff, but you don't see a strong effort within society to make it very clear on what a woman is and that you are not a woman. This is disrespectful to actual women type of thing. I can't say, I mean, you have women saying that they a man, but you know damn well I ain't no man. So this is disgusting. Y'all are literally just, do y'all see what y'all doing across the, I mean, I wouldn't say the whole globe. You would never see this in a Muslim country, ever. People can talk about Muslims, but they gonna stand on business on certain stuff. You ain't gonna never see this up over in the Muslim countries. But all these Christian countries, y'all are letting men say that they're your women. You're not fighting to protect your Christian woman, her virtue, who she is, being a woman, a full gendered full woman. Y'all gonna go out like this? This what y'all doing, the Christian man. Y'all gonna go out like this and claim to be Christian. This is what y'all gonna do? Talking about you in a spiritual war and you fighting. We in a fight. I don't see y'all fighting shit. Because if you was really about it and a real Christian warrior man, y'all would never allow no shit like this to happen. If you was really about that Christian life y'all be talking about. So, yeah, in Afghanistan, they do have them dancing boys. So, I'm going to take a little bit back, but that's not rampant that you hear of as far as it being supported. I think that's very sick as well. But I'm talking about having boys say they're women. Really women. I want to see how this, I think they might be working on artificial uteruses and wombs. I'm not quite sure yet. Hold on. V and some pharmacy. You need to change your circle because I know Christian men fighting for us, but then the women fight them. I mean, like I said, I see a sprinkle of them on TV, on podcasts talking about it. But when I say fight, I mean like you see it on the news, like marches and protests, like some BLM type shit. I'm like, no, this is a woman. A real woman. I don't see them like demanding the government to change these laws they're putting, like, you know what I'm saying? Like fighting. I'm talking about some real type fighting type shit. So, Sacred says, it's not about women fighting them. It doesn't matter if you want change. You stand on business. And my thing is that I believe in treating everybody with respect. If a man wants to dress up like a woman, go ahead. You're a grown person. My thing is you cannot demand me to say you are a woman like me and then try to get my rights taken away and call me a phobic and I'm wrong and I'm not of love. I can love you. I just don't have to lie and say you a woman. I'm a woman. You don't have a menstrual. You don't get cramps. You don't get diarrhea. You don't have your bones split open giving birth. You don't breastfeed. You don't carry a baby for 9 months. You don't produce lubrication to get F by a man. You don't have discharge. You don't have blood clots. You don't vomit on periods. You don't feel certain things that happens with a woman. You can't relate to that. Please. It's disrespectful to disrespect me to tell me that you are the same. You know damn well you're not. Now you can say you're trans, okay. My thing is you're not going to bully me and bowing down to you claiming to be my gender. Just like women trying to dress like men, she ain't got no penis. She don't have balls. She don't have sperm. She don't got bass in her voice. She don't have testosterone. She don't got the strength of a man. Her period every month reminds her of that. So this is just facts. Doesn't mean we're better than you as people as far as being a person and a personality. I'm just saying that you're not a woman naturally. The same way you want LGBTQ respect heterosexuals. Okay? So the last thing I want to talk about, speaking of that, is Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama says she's not going to run for president. She says, don't even waste my time. Honestly, I think she would make a great president. From what I've seen with her, she has really good sense from what I've seen. I think she would make a great president, and it's not because she's the first black first lady. I think she's very intelligent. She has a lot of class. I think she's nurturing. I think she would make things better. And as far as this whole trans thing, I always see people trying to disrespect her, calling her Michael Obama. She got all this other stuff. Just because you don't like the fact that she was the first black woman first lady. Oh, she was tall and she was making up all this stuff. Even if she was one, so why do you care? To the people who think Michelle is a man, why do you? I don't think she is, but let's say she was. Why do you care so much? Does that mean she would be would be a good first lady to you? Did she do something to you? Did she say something you didn't like that pissed you off? Instead, some of y'all are always obsessed about her gender type of thing. Okay? Now, we saw that with that French man's wife, too. People coming for Candace talking about that's a man. And people obsessed about genders. If he wanted to marry her, he wanted to marry her type of thing. But some of y'all out here, y'all just come after Michelle because you're a racist. She ain't even do anything to you. She didn't do anything or do anything problematic. She didn't try to hurt the country. But yet you got all this smoke for her like she ruined your life or she's trying to hurt you. Please, grow up. Grow up. Okay, I would love to know what Michelle Obama has said that triggers you so much against her type of thing. I only didn't like when she didn't accompany Obama to the president inauguration or something like that. Like, not, you got to stand by your husband and go. You're not president, okay? But other than that, what has Michelle really done? That pisses people off. They act like she's trying to hurt them or destroy the country. Make it make sense. Hating on her, trying to disrespect her. She's going down in history. She is the first black American first lady, and she's very intelligent. She was actually running a hospital or something in administration before she even became who she became, making a lot of damn money. She was doing the damn thing. So, oh, hold on. Jasmine says, bye, Michelle. Her podcast had me see her in a different light. What did she say? What happened? What did Michelle say that made you see her differently? Let us know in the chat what happened. Like, what did she say or do? I don't know. The only reason some men don't want women to be president, it's weird to me. Like, what are they so afraid of? What do you think a woman's going to do? A woman can run the country. It takes brains and skill. You don't think that a woman couldn't tell the army to do something? What makes you think that? I know for damn sure I could. I'm a Libra. That's what we do. Margaret Thatcher was a Libra, okay? Kamala is a Libra. I feel like, seriously, what are they so afraid of? Are you afraid that we're going to ban child marriage? Are you afraid we're going to start actually executing people, especially rapists, and especially rapists of children? Are you afraid men who beat their wives might actually get punished? What else? What are you so afraid of with a woman ruling the country? What do you think we're going to do to you so bad that your life going to go upside down? They always talk about we're emotional, but last time I checked, we're not the ones murking people and raping people every 5 minutes around the globe. Y'all are. Y'all are the ones being emotional and throwing fits at bars and at the house. And because your team lost on a game, wanting to throw the damn TV and throw shit like you're a toddler. But yet you always want to talk about we're so emotional. But yet we ain't killing you like you killing us every minute as I speak. It's you. So who's really the real emotional one who can't control themselves and contain themselves? Who grape us constantly? Every time we turn on the news, yeah, you see some crazy women, but you also see mostly a lot more men than women every day doing sick things. Are you projecting, baby? Is that what it is? You're projecting onto women? Or are you afraid that we gonna get that ass if we get in power? Because, baby, if I was in power, I'm coming for y'all ass. Men that's listening, I'll be coming for you. And women, too. The ones doing sick stuff and protecting y'all and doing stuff to the kids, I'm coming for them too. So yeah, I would be coming for y'all if I had the power. I actually want to be president, to be real with you. I would love to be president because, baby, things gonna get handled. And I'm gonna make this world better, even if I have to give the D penalty to some people. They got to go. I'm just saying. I wish I was president, but I don't think y'all would elect me to be president, the stuff I've said. Okay, Jasmine says she doesn't seem pro-marriage. Damn, I got to see this. I do think you got to be careful what you say publicly and not ruin that man's legacy. Or yours. I've been seeing some women doing that. You got to think about what you say publicly. Because Michelle is going down in history. Okay, so I wouldn't come for all men. I'm coming for the bad ones. If I was in power, y'all not gonna we gonna clean up the earth. I'm not playing with y'all, and they know it too. That's why they scared. Michelle Obama is once again shutting down speculation about her presidential run. Let's see. She says that when people say they want her to be president, they are lying, saying they're not prepared for a woman to be in the White House. Obama pointed to the outcome of the 2024 election as evidence, noting while many people publicly champion the idea of female leadership, voter behavior tells a different story. Don't even look at me about running, she says, because you're lying. You're not ready for a woman. You're not. She went on to say, we got growing up to do. There are still, sadly, a lot of men who don't feel like they can be led by a woman. Yeah, I guess they see it as masculine. My thing is, half of y'all men, a lot of y'all out here have been raised by women. Did your mother not hold that house down and check you when you needed to be checked and run a household? So we can run a household and keep your father's and his appointments in check, maintaining the home, keeping order, even making sure keeping order so that he doesn't go off on the family. We can have businesses, we're CEOs, we can do all of this. But you don't think we can maintain the country functioning? What's wrong with you? Where would you get this from that we don't have the mental capacity to do such a thing? And I don't know what the hell makes you think some of us cannot go toe to toe with other countries if we needed to. Because believe me, if I were president, baby, I'm going, to protect my country, I'm going to let you know straight up what it is. I got a whole army behind me and I will do what needs to be done. And I'm not playing with you. I'm a Libra, understand that. I'm not playing with you. I could be president and still maintain my femininity. Okay. Shit. If I gotta go to war to rescue some kidnapped children up in another country, I'll send the army and I'll warn you. If you don't release them within 48 hours, we're sending the planes. And it is what it is. And if they don't do it, we going toe to toe. It ain't hard. At least for me to do it, it's not. We ain't going to jump right into it. It's going to be planned out correctly. But I think people think women don't have the heart to be able to have to murk some people. In some cases, it's necessary. You got the kidnapped children, you're raping them. I said to release them. You said no. I'm going to give you the warning. Okay. If you don't, it's over for you. I'm sending the army in. I gave you warning. I asked. You said no. Now we coming. I actually saw people getting mad that they don't want Donald Trump to go and intervene what's going on in the Sudan. I'm like, you mean where the Sudanese men are using machetes and beating up women and grandmas and raping them in front of their kids? You don't want our president to go and help those people, those women. Make it make sense. But yet people say no one cares about Africa. Okay, now someone says, okay, we're going to come up over there. We're going to rescue them and end this war. No, he can't. Is it because he's white? That's craziness. That's a whole different video for a different day. Okay. Her comments reflect a broader frustration with what she sees as a gap between the public stated ideals and the political choices they take. While Michelle Obama has consistently ranked as one of the most admired women in America, she has repeatedly dismissed the idea of seeking office, insisting that politics is not the path she wants to take for herself or her family.
We ain't ready. That's why I'm like, don't even look at me about running, because you all are lying. You're not ready for a woman. You are not. So don't waste my time. You know, we got a lot of growing up to do. And there's still, sadly, a lot of men who do not feel like they can be led by a woman, and we saw it. What was the question?
I just said, we don't need to ask it.
Okay, so look, that is it for today's video. And I feel like, yes, a woman could be president. Why not? Seriously. To help keeping the country afloat, making the country better. Women are nurturers of the world. So we would probably change things for the better. Healthcare, the elderly, homeowners, children. Because women know the struggle of what it's like not having money to take care of your kids and needing help. And yes, a woman can also protect the country, having the army and everyone else keeping the country safe. I don't know why some of you think a woman can't do that, or a woman couldn't say, look, we're going to go, if we have to go toe to toe with you, that's what we're going to do. I don't know why some of you think some women can't do something like that. It takes certain women to be able to do it. Not all women are scared or afraid to go toe to toe. Some of us don't want to do it right away. We're going to give you time. Let's talk this out. Let's come up with a solution that doesn't have to lead to anyone being angry. I don't think violence is the answer. But in some cases, if I got to go toe to toe with you, if that's what's going to have to come down to, it depends on what it is, then this might have to happen. But most women, we would think about women and children like, I don't want casualties. I don't want innocent people taken off the planet. Let's do this correctly type of thing. And more than anything, you're trying to threaten the country, then I'm going to have to, no, because I'm protecting my country. So don't start none, because I got the army and I will handle you. And like I said, when I think of girls being kidnapped and stuff, if I said to release them and you told me no, and I find y'all are raping the children, kidnapping them, all that, we're sending the army. And if I got it, I ain't going to say it publicly. We sending the army in. And it's going to be what it's going to be. We're going to go toe to toe. I'm not playing with you. I'll offer them asylum, some of the girls and the little kids. Remember Margaret Thatcher. I know I always talk about being a Libra, but shit. I mean, this is legendary. I mean, shit. Margaret Thatcher was one. I'm just saying, y'all don't underestimate us, because we can easily be president and we'll be the best. Because we going to make the world better. And we also going to handle people that got to be handled. I got the army backing me and special forces. But let's try to do it peacefully. The right way the first time. So that is it. Oh, thank you, Jasmine, Rose, and Jamar. Let's see who I had. Kiki, Chivette Jackson, Moo, Sacred Chimes, Belize, VSN Pharmacy. Who else? Jacqueline. Okay, just to name a few. Love us, American Black women and girls. So that is it for today's live. I hope you enjoyed this live, and I'll be back again. I actually want to do a call-in show real soon on a certain topic, so we will see. Thank you again, Jasmine. So look, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and hopefully this video goes well, because look, like I said before, I'll have to work on not getting riled up with some of these stories and try to, keep it classy and all of that. So I appreciate you all. Thank you again. And please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to donate, been talking 2 hours and I might have ruined it by my language. So Cash App is there. Thank you so much. And that is it again. So I was trying to find something. Oh my goodness. Something I had to pull up on the screen. So yeah, if you have any topics that you would like me to talk about, y'all know what my email is usually in the description of some of my videos. Okay, so that is it. You all take care. Please like, share, and subscribe again. Please get the likes up. The hype button might be on here after this video uploads. I'm not sure. But when you like, it does affect the algorithm. More people know that I'm live. They find out about my channel. And that's really, really good. And when you hit the bell, that's how you'll know when I'm live and when I'm uploading. If you don't, you literally won't even know what's going on with my channel or see my videos. So that's it. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.